Most gardeners are excited rejuvenating their planters. They change out the soils, change out the plants, add all types of different plant material to make them beautiful for the rest of the summer. It's a big undertaking, a big money maker for the garden centers and big box stores. It's a big part of North American culture.
Yeah, so every spring, what I do is I check these planters to see how they're doing, if they're doing well or not. I have to weed them, we have to upgrade them. And if you have the right plants in the planters, they'll do well for many, many years. These succulents and these small ferns and this variegated bugleweed, all of them will do well and they're suitable for container gardening. A lot of times you have plants that get really tired really quickly, like these geraniums that were in here. You have to really pay attention to what you're actually putting inside these containers. Certain plants require a lot more maintenance, and other plants don't need that much maintenance. So it's up to you to learn how to get away with these beautiful succulent planters. And you can mix other plants in there too. It doesn't have to be just succulents, alpines, anything that does well in confined spaces. And that's the plant material you want to sort of put inside these containers. I'll give you an example. This planter here, which is overcrowded with weeds and this miniature papyrus and geraniums that have died out, these red pieces here that are dying out, everything is not doing well in here. So we're going to have to take it down, strip it all out. Sometimes you have to be completely aggressive with your planters to get them to be more beautiful in the future so that they have a new start. And this idea of new is very interesting. New plants, additional soil or new soil, get touching up to get this to look good again. There's lots of trees growing in here. So it's going to be a little bit of a task to get this ready again. And we're going to show you the process of us getting this jump started again. Yeah, so we're going to get this guy off the shelf here and we're going to see what we're up against. We're going to rejuvenate this planter. Even these variegated bugle weeds are struggling a little bit. Not quite sure what that's about. Usually they do well anywhere, but we're going to have a go at it. Okay, Rodrigo. See this? Whoa! I just want to show you close up this entangled mess. Might give you an understanding why these plants aren't doing well. There's all kinds of alder trees inside here. So it's going to take a bit of cleaning up. Yeah, every time you regenerate or rejuvenate one of these planters that you have in your yard, always learn from the previous plantings that were inside that container. You will learn a lot of things and it makes it a lot easier to figure out how to do it correctly. This planter didn't drain properly. I think that was one of the main reasons. So we made a lot more holes in the bottom. So we analyzed that part of it. We're going to replant this guy and make it brand new. We've brought some plants with us to replant into this container. First things first, we want to get down about 6 inches and get rid of all the weed infested areas. There's lots of grasses in here. Even though that this was up on a bench, it still was capable of filling up with weeds from the wind and birds. So we're going to get this all cleaned up. We have even trees growing inside here. Always good to have a container next to you where you can actually, we got alder growing inside there. So we're going to lower this by about a couple of inches, 6 inches maybe, or 5 inches or 4 inches. And then we're going to put new soil on top. And we don't have any store-bought stuff here. We just have straight garden soil and some worm castings. So these this top layer is always going to have other seeds in it, so it's best to get rid of the top layer and start with a new set of soil. Keep those. Yo tengo bien. Más por allá. We have to put it in place because it's too heavy for us to lift. I'm gonna move this jade tree. Okay. Our new soil. First of all, I'm going to put some worm compost in there. This stuff is fantastic. Okay, put that in there. Beautiful. Perfect. I'm gonna operate on this a bit. Some dead growth here. Y eso más tierra, ¿no? Pones todo, haz a lo vuelto ahora y pones por aquí. Y eso, listo. Un poquito más. Ahí. You always have to get the best view. This is our most important view, is this way, so get the succulent out. Más. If you can grow your succulents yourself, you can save a lot of money. There's no two questions about it. Even tin cans. So all these little spaces, each one's going to get a bugle weed that we've cleaned. These used to be inside the planter already, so we're going to reuse them. We drilled 12 extra holes so this will drain a lot better this time around. And if you can fill up the entire planter, what happens is it gets, the plants will work together, keep the sun out, keep the weeds out, hopefully, and you should have a healthy planter that will last for a couple of years, especially with these succulents in there. Hi, darling. Hello.
The planter?
I want to add a bit more color to this. It's quite dull. It's all green.
When you use succulents and alpines in your planters, you'll know that you'll get a couple of good years of use out of them, and you can propagate them. We have to use what we grow and we can find, because they just don't sell annuals here in Ecuador. They're incredibly hard to find.
Yeah, this is an example I want to show. It's completely covered with this white variegated ivy and jasmine, and the hibiscus is doing well inside here. There's no weeds, very few weeds coming up here, and that's because the entire planter is filled up with plant material. So the sun can't get really at the soil. And this will even get more aggressive by it'll fill in quite profusely. So what we will do is we'll put a layer of worm compost on top of this, worm castings, and that'll give us probably another 2-3 years of this planter flourishing. And as long as we cover the soil up completely and have no bare spots, the plants inside the planters will do incredibly well. It's a lot less maintenance if you have the ability to cover the entire surface of the planter. This planter here represents a problem that I've encountered many times with planters. And what happens is you have a life on its own growing on the surface. So this area is really hard, and you get this happening where you have life growing on top of your planter, and that's taking away energy from your planter. So we have to loosen this thing, and we have to pay attention that we don't let weeds take over this area. Now, the problem with this planter is it hasn't had enough time for all this to cover the soil. So we have to be a bit patient and let the jasmine basically cover everything that's in here. And then it's a different story. This variegated lemon will do a lot better in here because basically it's protected from the sun completely. So it takes a bit of time to get these planters to establish themselves, that they need very little maintenance. Yeah, this is the ideal case scenario that I love seeing this, where you have a really powerful plant taking over the entire container. There's no energy being lost in here. You could basically maintain this with a couple of handfuls of worm castings, and no weed will have a chance coming out of here. It's going to be very hard for a weed to survive, coming through this plant material. And the tree will benefit immensely from this setup of having the roots cooled, protected, and not competing against weeds. So this is the ideal scenario. This is what you want in a planter, where everything is basically self-maintaining and self-protecting. Yeah, there's definitely something to be said about plants that need less water. So there's kind of this equation when you have plants that go inside cement containers or concrete containers. If they need, if their water requirements are very low, they most of the times are perfect candidates to go inside concrete planters. So remember that when you can get something that is really likes dry, and you can get them out of the ground so they're not sitting in wet soil, they'll do incredibly well inside your planters.